Okay. Hello. So we are actually today discussing a very important problem where it is being told to us that a particular ball is thrown from a top of the tower at a point A with a certain velocity, and we have taken that velocity u1 we have taken. Now it is being told that the ball will reach the ground. If I just try to draw it, the ball will reach the ground over here like this, and the time taken by the ball is t1. So it is being told t1 is the time taken by the ball to reach the ground. This is our case 1. And in the second case, it has been told that in the second case, it has been told that if the ball is thrown vertically downward with the same speed, that is u1, it will reach the ground. It will reach the ground over here, and the time taken will be equals to t2. So t2 is the time taken by the ball to reach the ground when it is being thrown vertically downward. And in the third case, you have been told that if the ball is being dropped, the time taken by the ball to reach the ground is suppose t, and we have to prove that t equals to root over of t1 into t2. So this is our question. Clear? So let us move on to the solution, and I move on to the first page. So over here it is being given the ball is being thrown vertically upward. So let me just take this. Say for example, if I just take the first case, that let the height of this particular tower, if I take it to be h. Now one thing is very clear, we'll use the formula, that is S is equals to ut plus half at square or gt square, whatever you say. So let me write the basic formula. S is equals to ut plus half at square. Now in this first case, one thing is very clear, that the ball is actually moving downward. And if I consider the displacement, this displacement is actually in the downward direction. So if I just look into like this, the displacement is in the downward direction. Acceleration is equals to g, and I am putting the arrowhead, that is also in the downward direction. But initial velocity u, that I have taken as u1, so that is in the upward direction. So children, if I take this s, which is in downward direction, to be equal to plus h, because it is, I am taking the downward direction as positive and upward direction as negative. So acceleration will be equal to plus g, and initial velocity u equals to, since it is being thrown in the upward direction, so I will take that is minus u1. So I have taken u equals to minus u1, a equals to plus g, and s is equals to plus h. Why? Because the displacement and the acceleration are acting in the downward direction, are actually directed downward, and initial velocity is actually directed upward. So we have taken like this. So next, what happens? So over here, if I put the values over here in my this original equation, so I will get the values to be h is equals to minus u1t plus half gt square. So this is your first equation. So h is equals to minus u1t plus half gt square. This is my first equation. Now I move on to the next page. I will again see, over here you see the height again is in the downward direction. This is the displacement. So displacement will be in the downward direction, so plus h. I will use the formula as I discussed earlier. S is equals to ut plus half gt square. So over here what I will do, I will use S is equals to, therefore I will write h, then instead of u I will also write plus u1 only, and if I take the t to be t2, because they have given the time taken to be t2, so this will be equals to plus half g t2 square. So this is my second equation. I just quickly turn, or rather I will move on to the previous page. Here, the time taken was T1. So instead of T, I will write T1, and over here also I will write T1. So this is my first equation, and that is my second equation. So now what I can do over here, I have got two equations, that is equation number 1, h equals to minus u1t plus half gt1 square. And again, I'm also having, you can see h is equals to u1 t2 plus half g t2 square. So what can I do from here? Children, what I can do, since both are h, so I will equate equation 1 and equation 2. So if I just equate equation 1 and equation 2, so what shall I get? I will get minus u1 t1 plus half g t1 square. This is equals to u1 t plus half g t2 square. So I will get this. So now what I am doing, I'm just putting all the u on one side and all the g on one side. So it will be something like this. So you'll be getting g by 2 t1 square minus t2 square. This is equals to u1 bracket t2 plus t1. So what I have done, I have just put all the g's to the left hand side of the equation and all the u to the right hand side of the equation. Now, using the simple concept of factorization, what can I write? I can just cancel this 2. So let me do in my next page. So if I do in the next page, so I'll be getting something like this, that is g upon 2 bracket t1 minus t2 into t1 plus t2 equals to u1 bracket t1 plus t2. So I can easily cancel t1 plus t2 and t1 plus t2 from both sides. So I will cancel this too. So what do you get? You get the value of u1, that is the velocity which the body was being thrown, was g by 2 bracket t2 minus t1. So this we have got the magnitude of the velocity with which we will get actually t1 minus t2. So we'll be getting g t1 minus t2. So we'll get g t1 minus t2. So I will get this one. So this will be t1. So this will be t2. So you have got this value of u1. Is it clear? So you have got the value of u1 over here. Next, what I will be doing, I will put this value of u, because we need to find out what? We need to find out the value of h. So what I will do over here, children, I will put this value of u1 in this equation so that I can easily solve for h. So if I put the value over here instead of u1, so what shall I get? I will get h is equals to, instead of u1, I will put g1, g by 2 bracket t1 minus t2 into t2 minus half g t2 square plus half g t2 square. And if you solve it, you will be getting something like this. You will be getting h is equals to, that is equals to half, just you calculate on your own. See, you will be getting g t1 t2 by 2 minus g t2 square by 2, and already you can see g t2 square by 2 was already there. So we can easily cancel this 2. So I will cancel this. So I get the value of h, or height of the tower, which is the most deciding part of this particular sum, as h equals to g t1 t2 by 2. So this is height of the tower we have got. Is it clear? So we have got the height of the tower. This is the most important part, height of the tower. So next, what I can do, I will just move to the next page, which I have already taken. What was the case 3? It was being told that the body or the ball was being dropped with u equal to 0. From the same height, it was being told. So from the same height, that is height is h. That means we can say, again I will use the formula h equals to ut plus half g t square. Now what is h? H is the same. We have got the value of h. I can easily use it. So h is equals to, I will use it. Definitely I'll use it. So h is equals to, that is equals to ut plus half gt square. So u is equals to how much? 0. So h is equals to, therefore you are getting as half g t square. So you have got the value of h is half gt square. So let this be my equation number 4. Now children, I will just move to the previous page once again. What was the height of the tower? We have already got. Height of the tower, if I write this as my equation number 3. So height of this tower will be equals to gt1 t2 by 2. So height of the tower will be equals to, therefore, I will use equation 3 and equation 4. So from equation 3 equal to equation 4, because both are giving us height, so I can write half h is equals to half g t1 t2 equals to half g t square. So half g and half g gets cancelled. So you are left with t square is equals to t1 into t2. That implies t equals to root over of t1 into t2. So this is the total solution of this particular problem. This problem is a very, very important problem which I had discussed today. So let me just move on to the problem once again, and I just repeat the problem once again. So over here, if you just move on to this, I just move on to the problem once again. So this was the problem. You remember, a body is projected vertically upwards from A, the top of the tower. It reaches the ground in t1 second. If it is projected vertically downward from A with the same velocity, it reaches the ground in t2 second. If it falls freely from A, prove that it will reach the ground in root over of t1 into t2 second. So this was my problem. And what did I do over here? I told you that initially I took it as this h. So I use s equal to ut plus half gt square, at square, and ball is thrown up with a velocity u1. So I use the formula h equals to minus u1t1 plus half gt1 square. And then I told you that when the ball is thrown vertically downward, h equals to u1 t2 plus half gt2 square. So from these two equations, I solved g by, I tried to find out the value of u1, and which value I got, I have already told you. This value was equals to u equals to g by 2 t1 minus t2. Then I found out the value of h, g t1 t2 by 2. And then after that, I put that, use this equation of case 3, where h equals to ut plus half gt square. Initial velocity was 0 since the ball was being dropped. So you got the value to be t equals to root over of t1 and t2. How? By equating the equation 3 with equation 4. Half gt1 t2 equals to half gt square equals to this t square equals to t1 into t2. I hope it is clear to all of you. So this is